Hello guys, today we are going to be learning about variable and constant. But before I start, let me create a new file and I will name the new file. I can give it any name I feel like. So I'll be giving it app.js because I want all my JavaScript that I'll be writing. I want it to be in a separate file, and I'll be deleting this HTML page because I don't really need it for now. Alright, so now this is my app. So I can just simply do the same console log that I did the other time in our last lesson. Console.log hello world. Let me just save and play it. Now you notice, okay, I think I made an error. I did not put log. Alright. Yes, now you can see the hello world, even though the spelling is not correct. Yes, and it is working perfectly. Now, in today's we are going to be learning about variables and constants. So the first thing we'll need to learn is how to declare a variable. To declare a variable in JavaScript, we make use of three words, either var, let, and const, and I will be telling you the difference between the three. But before I continue, you notice that I'm writing something in my JavaScript file and it was being highlighted like it is so dim. This is what we know as comments in JavaScript. Once I remove the two black slashes, you can see the way the text changes. So I will return the two backslash. It is a comment. A comment is part of code that you don't want it to run, but you just want to keep it as a reference. Alright, so to declare a variable, let me start by declaring using the var keyword. Then I will give my variable a name. So let me just give my variable like a name age. That's declaring a variable. Then the next thing is I want to initialize this variable by giving this variable a value. So I will say equal to, let's say the age is equal to 10. Yes, what I simply did is declaring a variable. I also declare a variable using the let keyword. Let name equal to, let me just declare a variable called name and I'll give it Joseph. Alright, this is also declaring a variable. I can also declare a variable using the const keyword. And I can say constant year, and let me just say equal to 2024, or let me say 2025. Yes, all this works perfectly. But the main difference between the var, let, and const is that var is, should I say, outdated. It's actually being used, but it's not really advisable to use var anymore. Let keyword was introduced in 2015, and you can use it to replace the var keyword, because the let keyword is a block scope while the var keyword is a global scope, or what we call function scope. And what does this actually mean? Let's say, for example, we've declared a variable called let name, right, equal to Joseph. If I declare another variable with the same name and I give it name, let name equal to Isaac, and I tried at the end of the code, I tried to console.log, I tried to log name into the console. What do you think will be logged into the console? Joseph or Isaac? Let's say it's Joseph. And why is it not Isaac? The reason is because let is block scope. In this Isaac name is only available in this block, but not available outside the block. So anything outside the block is different from what's inside the block. But let's say, for example, I change this. I decided to use a var keyword. I say, okay, var age, and I change the age to 20 years. Then I log the age into the console. And I log it into the console. What do you think will be logged into the console? 20. Yes, you notice that not the 10 this time is 20, because var is a global scope. Immediately you declare another variable, even in a block scope, it will be declared globally. That's what it actually does. Why for const is used to declare constant value. When you notice that there is a value you don't want it to change, like you are not actually changing it, it is better to use const, because once I've declared year using const, I cannot change that. Okay, let year now later be 2024. If I run it, I will have an error. You see, type error saying assignment to constant variable, and this is because you cannot initialize variable after declaring it. Initialize constant, after declaring it. I hope you really understand, and I'll be dropping a link below for you to read more about the difference between variable, let, and const, and what are the difference, and also the rules in declaring a variable. In JavaScript, we declare variable using alphabet, like I've done, age, name, and year. And also, you can add numbers to your variables, but you can only add numbers to the end, not the beginning. You cannot say 1H. You cannot say 1H. No, but you can say H1 is allowed. And your variable name can also start with an underscore, which is also allowed in JavaScript. And that's basic things you need to know. Any other things, I'll be linking it. I will be sending a link into the description so that you can read more about it. See you in the next lesson.